Good morning, school. Every year we celebrate the European Day of Languages on the 26th of September. A poem written by Olivia McMahon shares the frustrations I'm sure many of you feel, or used to feel, in your French, German or Spanish lessons in school. Learning a language is like doing a jigsaw puzzle of a million pieces with a picture that keeps changing. It's like getting lost in a foreign city without a map. It's like playing tennis without a ball, like being an ant in a field of grasshoppers. It's like being an acrobat with a broken leg, an actor without a script, a carpenter without a saw, a storyteller without a middle or an end. But then gradually, it's like being out in the early morning with the mists lifting. It's like a chink of light under a door, like finding the glove that you were looking for. Catching the train that you thought you were going to miss. Getting an unlooked for present. Exchanging a smile. And then one day, it's like riding a bicycle very fast downhill. How many languages are there in the world? Well, it's hard to know for sure because most languages are not written down and most are spoken by small numbers of people living in remote parts of the world. For example, tribes in the Amazon jungle. The best estimate we have is nearly 7,000, of which nearly half are in danger of extinction. 7,000 is a lot of languages and each one is well adapted to the culture which uses it. One thing we often hear as language teachers is why bother to learn a new language when so many people are able to speak English? English is the world's most widely spoken language, that's true, but it is also unusual in the fact that the vast majority of speakers are not actually native speakers. Of the approximately 1.5 billion people who speak English, less than 400 million use it as a first language. That means over 1 billion people speak English as a secondary language. When you consider that the global population now stands at well over 7 billion, the vast majority of people don't actually speak English at all. So now, why bother to learn a language if English is the most important language in the world? Here are just a few reasons we should all be learning another language. You'll hear this a lot, but you may need a foreign language for your job. Doesn't matter what industry you want to work in, what you want to be in the future, languages will always have something there in the background for you. Young people with languages find it easier to get jobs than those young people with almost any other training. Whether you're an entrepreneur looking to become the next global household name or simply someone who travels a lot for work, being multilingual could create new possibilities for you. Learning new things can help your brain stay active, particularly as you get older. It's never too late to learn something new, especially if it can sharpen your thinking. In fact, research has shown that learning languages can slow the brain's aging process, offering some protection against dementia. As you grow, learn and continue to expand your mind, you may notice an increase in mental sharpness. It may also interest you to know that learning a language can help you get better at learning in all your other subjects. Language is a habit. Every day we practice our native language. Not only is this true whilst we are actively engaging with others, but also when we are contemplating things on our own. Can you envision what it would be like to think in a foreign language? Polyglots, that's people who speak several languages, often realise that they are different people when speaking those languages. They have a different personality and a different voice. That's why learning a new language becomes a life-changing experiment with the potential of showing you a different side of yourself. Aren't you curious about discovering your other selves? One of the reasons it feels everyone speaks English is the comprehensive input of English across social media, film and music. English is a dominant language in this area, and your counterparts in other countries are hearing English every single day. To help you learn, you can watch films and try reading or listening to music in another language. Your teachers will tell you that not so long ago, we used to have to go to a newsagent's, order a newspaper or magazine in another language, and then wait weeks for it to be delivered. Now you have languages at your fingertips, music content on YouTube, films and series on Netflix. As a round square school, we believe that every individual contributes something important to the whole. Then you'll realise how important learning a foreign language can be. As a multilingual, you'll be the translator, the communicator, and the one who bridges cultures. Every educated human being makes this world a better place. Learning other languages is a key part of that, improving intercultural understanding across borders. It's really hard to get to know another country and its people unless you understand a little of their language. Finally, and most importantly, when you learn another language, not only do you learn about the other country, but it also makes you look at your own country in a different way. It probably makes you a more tolerant person. It teaches you to listen to others, communicate better, and it also broadens your horizons. Someone once said that to learn another language is to learn another vision of life. You might not be thinking that as you do your French, German or Spanish homework, but as a citizen of Europe and the world, perhaps learning another language, although it can be quite hard, it's not a bad thing at all. The poem by Olivia McMahon said that learning a language is like being lost in a foreign city. But if you work at it for a long time, it becomes, as she put it, like riding a bike downhill. Our next House Languages quiz will take place on Monday the 4th of October at 1 p.m. If you'd like to take part, see a languages teacher. This year we'll be focusing on the language knowledge that exists amongst staff at AKS.